I put it out there. I thought I'd get a few people that would want to join up, but the response was really good. It worked sort of two purposes for me. It got the whole fundraising thing going for Movember, but it also helped me to connect with some of these folks. I've got firefighters that I was struggling to meet everybody when I first came in. I didn't really know anyone. It worked out really well that they wanted to support me, and pretty soon we had a pretty tight Movember team that is doing great work in raising funds.
So I've had a couple of friends that I've lost to suicide and nearly lost my father as well. That was about 10 years ago that he struggled with mental health. And for all three of those men, it was the stereotypical, they're happy-go-lucky guys, you wouldn't ever think of it, and until it happened.
So obviously, pretty significant reason for you to want to be involved and raise awareness for the issue, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. I think mental health in general is important. And then it's just men don't talk as much as women. So I think it's just important to give them a voice and give them an opportunity to know that they can share what's going on within themselves and seek the help that they need.
My personal one hit me hard last year. I had a passing away in my family, a member very close to me. That sort of triggered something inside of me that sort of, I said to myself, this is a really good cause. A lot of people don't know or talk about things. A lot of people need that extra help. Like I said, we're very beneficial here on the Huntsville Fire Department to have that outreach, have that group. Some places don't. And this is a measure for going out and giving those people help, because I know how much help I needed at the time. It helped get me through that scenario, and I moved on, and I'm still in the department carrying on. So, as I said, a bit of a stigma sometimes comes with the position we're in. I would say I'm fairly comfortable with speaking about things. I've ran into a few things myself over the past few years that have affected me. That we here on the Huntsville Lake Bays Fire Department, we have a certain person that we can go reach out to and talk, and we have a peer support group and everything, which definitely helps us. But I think it's up to the individual if they're comfortable with it. And again, I said this event that goes on, this Movember thing, I think it does help bring awareness and help people realize that it is okay to speak out and start talking and dealing with those things instead of bottling them up inside.
Well, people are always going to feel what they feel, and it is a difficult one because, rightly or wrongly, there is a degree of stress that everybody has to be able to manage and to be able to function in life. We experience them all the time, be it financial or personal, or relationships and so on. But in terms of a stress that can accumulate over a period of time, the stigma's off, I believe, in terms of the whole. It's not off in terms of the individual, I find. And I do find that people do struggle, and I have struggled with wanting to talk to somebody, and obviously not speaking to my family because they don't need to hear those things. What do I say? It can start with the simplest of conversations. It can start with a coffee at a Tim Hortons to have a feeling out process and confirm to yourself that the judgment or the pushing for you to be strong and suck it up and get your boots back on and get out there is, if it's not entirely gone, it's receding. And there is help, and as quietly as possible and as gently as possible, that help's available to you. And just highly recommend, and it might come off that you're okay, that you're dealing with these things in a healthy way, in a positive way, as far as you can be positive with those sorts of things, but maybe you just need some reassurance. And the fire service, and especially Huntsville Lake Bays, are profoundly effective at having those resources available to their firefighters to seek that help in a very quiet, private way.
Well, this has been a focus for the Canadian Fire Service, actually fire services worldwide. It's really become an issue. We've recognized it as one of the leading mechanisms of injury for firefighters in the province of Ontario and across Canada. Where we used to look at more of the physical risks that our people were facing, mental health issues overtook those in terms of what was injuring our firefighters, what was causing our our off work compensation claims, and quite frankly, what was causing the deaths of firefighters. It was more to do with the mental issues than the hazards they were facing on a fire scene.